I mentioned a few days ago that at this point in the expansion, I was having a little bit of trouble coming up with fun decks to play, and a lot of people replied to that video with some deck lists that they were having fun with, so I thought I would try one of them out. This one is a Spiteful Summoner Paladin deck with some Handbuff and Dragon synergies. For our Handbuff stuff, we have 2 Outfitters and 2 Grime Street Enforcers. Makes a lot of sense to play those with a Spiteful Summoner package because most of your deck is minions. And then because you have to fill out your deck with minions, I guess that's where the dragon stuff comes in. As a paladin, you don't have too many dragon payoff cards. No Duskbreakers or Draconid Operatives. The paladin class does have a dragon payoff card, that 3-drop, whatever it's called. Nightbane Templar. But I guess he decided that didn't merit a spot in the deck, which is probably true, because every time I've tried to play this card it kinda sucked. But anyway, we still have some pretty solid mid-game minions, with Twilight Drakes, Cobalt Scalebanes, and some Bookworms. For the Spiteful Summoner package, we've got 2 Steeds and a Lay on Hands. I'm not convinced that a 6-drop out of the Spiteful Summoner is good enough, but it can't be too terrible. You get a random 6-drop with a 4/4 strap to it for 6 mana. I do have a couple questions about the way the deck is built. This list in particular is playing 2 True Silver Champions and no other minions. It seems like the consensus right now is that Rallying Blade is just a better card than True Silver Champion, but I haven't really given it too much thought myself. Maybe since we're not playing Call to Arms, a 4-mana weapon is a little bit better, but I could see it going either way. Another thing that stands out as kind of weird to me is the Youthful Brewmasters. I guess the idea is that you can bounce your Outfitters, or in extreme cases you can even bounce your Spiteful Summoners, but I'm not sure it really merits a deck slot. And I think I can think of at least one card that's not in the deck that would probably be better than a Youthful Brewmaster, but for now we'll just play it as is. I'm almost certainly not going to play a full 3 parts with this deck. I might play 1, I might play 2, and that's probably what I'm going to do just going forward until the expansion drops. Just play some shorter series and switch the decks when they seem like they're running out of steam. And I'm not sure if I'll end up doing a conclusion with this deck, so before I get started I guess I'll just go ahead and say that I've played 8 games so far and I've won 7 of them. So even with some questionable deck building choices, the deck seems stronger than I might have expected.
Uther versus Malfurion. I must protect the wild. I will fight with honor.
Double Grime Street Outfitter. So I don't want to keep the Bookworm. Twilight Drake I guess is good enough to keep, it's a turn 4 play. Although I am probably going coin this into this. Maybe the Twilight Drake isn't quite good enough. I'd rather have like any of my 3-drops, Netherspite Historian, Stonehill, Serenite Chain Gang. Maybe I even just toss the Twilight Drake. Youthful Brewmaster. So I can go coin Outfitter into Youthful Brewmaster, into another Outfitter sometime after that. Maybe I don't coin, and then I can go Outfitter on 2, Brewmaster on 3, and then double Outfitter the following turn, or some sequence like that. I think I'm just going to start putting stuff on the board, though. He can hero power this, but that's fine, I think. Gonna Wrath it for a card. Okay. Stonehill Defender. So I'm probably just going for a more natural curve. No Youthful Brewmaster. We'll go Stonehill into Twilight Drake. Although the Youthful Brewmaster does have a lot of stats. This dude's playing Quest Druid. Respect. I've got a 4, looking for a turn 5. I'll just take a cheap Wicker Flame. I don't think any of those are particularly good. Okay, this guy has a lot of mana, but I'm gonna have a lot of sats on the board. He drew the card, huh? Well, he has a lot of mana, but he's still at 0 out of 5 on his quest. So I guess I'm just gonna try to beat his ass. Okay. Should have played the 4-power one so he couldn't faceless it to activate his quest. Not really. That's not really a thing. So do I just play this and ignore his guy, or do I go 2-1 plus my Twilight Drake into it? Definitely don't want to give that deck infinite time, but I think killing a 6-8 has its merits. Keeps my Stonehill Defender alive. It's a big Spiteful Summoner. We're just going for it, huh? This guy's playing a lame Quest Druid. Not even playing Charge Devilsaur, probably. What a freaking loser. Alright, so I got a 6-drop. Don't know if there are any particularly good ones. I think I'm just gonna go face. Punishes him for clearing out my other stuff, I guess. But I don't think sending a 6-2 in there for no real reason was worth it. Okay. I can play a Mind Control tech here. So probably just Dragon plus Mind Control tech. Give me that Malagos. Easy. I mean, I think that seemed like a pretty reasonable board state. He definitely could have won from there. You know, if he was playing the cool version of that deck, he would have had a Deathwing in there somewhere, and he could have won that game.
Uther versus Khadgar. Knowledge is power. I will fight with honor.
I don't think either of these 3s are good enough to keep. I don't play that many 2s though. Maybe I do just want an Eldor Peacekeeper for his 3-drop. My 2s are really good though. Okay, cool. We got a Historian plus a Dragon. Alright, so I have my even curve. Why don't I have Gen Greymane in my deck? Could have hero powered there. Unlucky. Probably just take the Fairy Dragon to play next turn. Alright, is Mind Control tech better than Fairy Dragon? Fairy Dragon can't be Frostbolted, but I have seen one Frostbolt at this point. And there is some potential that Mind Control tech actually hits in this matchup. I think I'm gonna go for the Fairy Dragon. Mind Control tech could have, in theory, like, value traded with this, but he's always playing a spell this turn. His best 3-drop is Kirin Tormage, but there's always a spell that comes along with that. So the extra health shouldn't matter too much. Let's go Peacekeeper instead of Twilight Drake. Lets me value trade with the Fairy Dragon, and they both die to Explosive Runes anyway. I take 3 extra damage this way, but I don't think it's that big a deal.
You look very familiar.
Okay. So do I want to spend 5 mana here, or 4 for a bigger dude? Especially now that he has that mirror image, I think the Mind Control tech is actually pretty likely to hit. So let's just play a 4/6. Not the strongest 5. He's making some progress on the dragon, I guess. This seems like a Spiteful Summoner turn, right? 6 mana, play Spiteful Summoner. Straightforward. Nice, high rolled. 50-50 at an 8 or a 6. Please don't buff one of his minions. Killing it. This guy's deck is a little bit weird with the Ghastly Conjurer, so he could have Polymorph, but I think it's unlikely. So he probably needs Glyph into Polymorph. There it is. Nope, he's taking too long, it shouldn't be Polymorph. Unless he was just in disbelief that he hit the perfect card. Oh, okay. He's playing this list. I thought this list went extinct. But apparently not. So I don't have a dragon for the bookworm here, but I can MC tech. Looks like the Spiteful Summoner into Grand Archivist into Spike Ridge Seed on turn 6 was a little bit too much for the opponent. Fair enough.
Uther versus Mage.
None can escape my fury.
I will fight with honor.
Try to find some cheaper dudes. Even Twilight Drake would probably be better than the Chain Gang that I had there. Alright, we got the Outfitter, we got a 3-drop, and we got a Spiteful Summoner. So I need to find like a Twilight Drake or something. He's playing Quest Rogue. Well, my curve is pretty good. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we can make him dead. Could also coin 4 into 4, but that seems worse than coining out Spiteful Summoner on turn 5. Glacial Shard. Alright, he's committed to the Glacial Shards already. Let's stick with that Spiteful on 5 plan. I think the Serenite Chain Gang is going to be better than the Twilight Drake here, because I just want to get stuff off his board. And now I want to hold this to activate my Bookworm. It's unlikely that I would play Bookworm instead of Spiteful Summoner next turn, but maybe on turn 6 over the Steeds. Only needs one more bounce. Easy Spiteful Summoner. And I've drawn both of my Steeds, so it's always an 8-drop. That could be pretty good. Another Spiteful Summoner for turn 6. That could be pretty damn good. And he found the bounce, it looks like. Yikes. So I guess I need to try to clear his board here. Looks like he's somewhat doing it for me. I can full clear if I play Bookworm here. Do I want to let him have a 5/5 so I can play another Spiteful Summoner? Spiteful Summoner is a hell of a card. Let's let him have one 5/5. Hopefully I don't regret this. It doesn't matter which one I kill, right? Cold Light Oracle's probably a better bounce target for him. I guess the counter argument to not playing Bookworm last turn was past this point after he plays the quest reward. The Bookworm never actually hits anything. But I did like putting 11/11 on the board that turn. Seemed pretty good.
I hope you like my invention.
And you know what else seems pretty good? Having a 12 health Rotface with Taunt and enough power to kill anything that goes into it. I think Spike Ridge Steed is the play here. So let's try to kill him to death. I don't think that deck ever plays Sap, does it? He can Vanish, but I don't know. Not much I could do about a Vanish here.
I hope you like my
If he doesn't have the Vanish, this Rotface is like disgustingly good here. He can still have Prep Vanish. Okay. Or he's dead. Seemed like he had a pretty good hand that game too. Double Spiteful Summoner OP.
Uther versus Rexa.
Got ourselves a Hunter opponent.
I will fight with
Okay, I keep the Eldar Peacekeeper against Hunter. It's pretty good against Yasharaj, so I think I probably do. Other than that, we'll try to find a 2-drop. Not a fantastic hand, but a pretty reasonable one. Especially with the Nether Spite Historian for next turn. I'll take the Alexstrasza. Looks like I have plenty of on-curve plays for the next several turns. And I might need the healing against Hunter. Not 100% sure what he's playing. I can kill that with Coin Weapon if I want. I don't want to play the Elder Peacekeeper here because he could still be a Barnes deck. So let's kill that with the weapon. And if this trap doesn't trigger, we're just going to hold back on the Nether Spite Historian here. Because it could be a Wandering Monster. Blinking Strike still doesn't really tell me what he's playing. This guy's so secretive. So do I want to hit here? He wouldn't have played Freezing Trap into another Spite Historian, especially given that he didn't have the Spellstone for this turn. Nice. And then we'll start getting some hand buffs. Has to use 2 cards to kill my dude that already got value. But he does get a 1/1 doggo out of it. Now this secret I don't have a great read on. I think he played it from the left side of his hand, which means he was holding it on turn 5. He wouldn't hold it on turn 5 though, because I had my Twilight Drake in play already, so it's probably just another Wandering Monster. And, like, not a Freezing Trap. So let's just see what happens. Wow, he really low rolled on those. Let's go Historian plus Drake here, probably. We'll even take another Drake, but I think I want to play the healthier one. His 2 Wandering Monsters combined dealt 1 damage to my guy. That feels so bad. If he got average ones, then this guy would be dead. Let's play this guy. Get a hero power in, value trade with the Historian. And it seems like we're chilling here. He needs to get like a Gastropod Bloatbat here or something. I don't know, I shouldn't say that. If he has like Unleash and Explosive Trap, that kind of stuff can do a lot of work. Okay, Wolves are good. And he has an Arcane Shot, so it does look like this is an Explosive Trap setup. Test for freezing with this. It's not freezing. Let's just protect this guy from an Explosive Trap. We set him really low here. Not sure how low exactly, but he's pretty close to dying. I'm just so far ahead here. I might even be far enough ahead that I could have traded there just to play around Spellbreaker, and I don't even know what he could have here that would be good enough. Does he know he's dead here? Okay.